Yes, people, what's going on, everyone? It's Mike back again, looking rugged. Woo-hoo-hoo. Everton take on Crystal Palace at Goodison Park, a game that we know will be difficult. For two reasons. One, we're not playing great at the minute, let's be fair. And two, Palace have just got more creativity than we have. So defensively we might be fine, but how do you break them down? So let's expand on that. We'll also talk about Frank Lampard's press conference today, which I don't know about you, but I find them so tedious. Like, I just find them boring. You know, you listen to the same shit over and over again. Like, every week it's questions about Calvert-Lewin, and then obviously you get the injury updates, and it's always the same, and it's just like, do you know what? I'd rather him just come out on Everton TV and just do like a quick 3-minute thing, just talking about where we are, what we're going to do. Well, maybe not what we're going to do, but where we are, where the team's at, any changes, etc., etc. They just bore me. Some of the questions are absolutely, like, they're just rubbish. Like, he was talking about Gerrard today. Who cares? Who cares? You know, Frank Lampard, you know, this is what football's like. Frank Lampard in 4 games' time could be sacked himself. You just never know with football. You know, it can turn around so quick. You know, I'm sure if Everton were to go and get tanked 7-0, 4 games in a row, I'm sure Frank Lampard would probably get sacked from Everton. You know, I'm just, you know. So, just, I couldn't care less. Anyway, let's talk about it. Everton go into this game on the back of 3 defeats. Played Man United at home, and then two very tough away days, Tottenham and Newcastle, games that, you know, Everton were in, but were not, had any cutting edge whatsoever. Let's be straight, they didn't have any cutting edge. I use the analogy like a baby's butter knife. I had John ring me up laughing at that comment. I had a few comments about how funny it was, so thank you. You know, I do try, you know, I'm just... You know, I'm trying to chip in with the content here and there, but it's difficult because I'm moving house. There's boxes fucking everywhere. So the content hasn't been great. And honestly, if you want it from my side of things, the views are tough as well, because I think what happens is when Everton are playing just a little bit drab, people just aren't necessarily in a rush to watch videos, and that's fair, that's fine. I have no issues with that. I actually don't blame people. I wouldn't want to listen to me. Who wants to listen to me? Okay, do you know what? Actually, all of you, just unsubscribe. No, don't do that. But yeah, seriously, it's shit. It's shit. And unless something changes drastically in attack, Everton will struggle to break any team down in the Premier League, because we don't look like we know how to do it. Which is weird, because there was plenty of times against West Ham, for example, or against Southampton, or, you know, times at Chelsea at the start of the season, away at Villa, we were getting into the box, we were putting balls across the box, and our issue was that we didn't have a striker that could finish. Now, we're not putting balls into the box, we're not doing anything creative with the ball, and we're really causing ourselves problems. We're shooting ourselves in the foot, we're sitting too deep, we're allowing teams to come onto us, and that's what's causing us problems. That's what caused us problems against Newcastle, it's what caused us problems when we were 1-0 up against Manchester United, it's what caused us problems against Spurs. We're sitting far too deep, you make a mistake, you are fucked. And that's what happens. That's what happens, and I'm sort of fed up of watching that, if you get what I mean, because I know we've got the players in there that are capable of doing it. And look, I'm not sitting here saying Frank Lampard out, but I'm saying I'd like to see him change it. I'd like to see him think outside the box and think, right, you know what? I'm going to go with 2 strikers maybe this time. Or maybe I'm going to go with out-and-out wingers, and I'm going to instruct them to simply beat their man and cross the ball, not to fight with someone or to cut inside. I'm going to teach them to run down the line and cross the ball. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get another person from centre midfield to run in and have that energy to come back. Now that man is playing. Alex Iwobi is playing. So ask him to come back. You know, I'm not all for these 3 midfielders that are sitting really deep. I'm not about that. It's ridiculous, actually. It's actually ridiculous, because we can't get out of our own half, and when we do, it's really slow. There's no build-up. There's no excitement. Most of the play that we're playing is trying to go long over the top and causing problems. And it's fine to a degree, but we haven't got the wingers that are doing a good enough job. And that's not a criticism of Graham Gordon, but they're not doing it. They're not doing it. You know, they've had opportunities and they take the absolute piss trying to beat a man over and over again, or, you know, they'll get in this crossing opportunity and then they'll pass it to the foot. Just put the ball into the box. You know, you score goals when you attack the goal, so attack the goal. It's not rocket science. It's really not. And it just irritates me. It just irritates me. It just pisses me off. I think Gordon looks... I do not know what is going on with him. I don't understand, but I'm telling you, he doesn't start in this game. I drop him, and I actually probably drop him for a couple of games, because I actually think he seriously needs to reevaluate his position in this team. Because some of the rumours that we're all hearing about contracts, about him starting fights with people, about his discipline, I don't know whether the hype is getting to his own head. And we've seen this before with players. I would argue we saw this with Mason Holgate. We certainly saw it with players like Thierry Small and players like that, where the hype just gets to them and they think they know better. And I am hoping that Gordon isn't one of them, but I'd worry that he is. If these salary demands are true and he wants 100 grand, honestly, mate, I'll stick him in a taxi. I'll pay John the fare to take him from here to any club in the UK, because he's nowhere near a 100 grand player, and Everton shouldn't be held to ransom by a player that's probably worth 25 grand a week. It's just true. Palace come into this game and they look all right. They're a little bit inconsistent at times, but they look all right. You know, they've played some of the big teams and they've done really well, and then they've lost at home to, you know, did they lose against Bournemouth? You know, they'll lose to teams that you don't expect them to. They've been a bit indifferent at home. They started really well over the last few weeks. They've been a bit hit and miss. So I think Everton need to go into this game with confidence. I think we need to change formation. I think we need to play 4-4-2. I drop Ladrissa Gana-Gay as well. And people will say, what are you doing that for? But there is a constructive reason. I'd like to see James Garner start. I think he's got the legs that we need in the middle of that park. I don't think Lampard will go 4-4-2, but I would be interested to see 4-4-2. But I don't think he will. So I would start with Pickford in goal, Mikolenko left back. I'd go with Tarkowski and Cody and Coleman. We are really missing Patterson. I think that is. Do you know what? I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. Coleman's done. Like he's been done for 2.5 years, 3 years. He's been done. He's finished. Great ambassador for the club. But it's actually a shame. It's actually wrong how Everton are seeing out his time, because it's different to Baines. Baines left Everton at the right time. In the last game, I remember that game against Bournemouth, I think we lost 4-1. In that game, he made a sensational block, put his body on the line, and he played really well. Coleman's not playing well. Coleman, in the last game, lost his man and then appealed for a foul or offside and stopped running after his man and just put his arms up. Now, you're Everton captain, so why you're doing that is absolutely beyond me, because you should be the one that's going to the younger lads, play to the final whistle or play to the whistle, and he didn't. He stopped, and actually, pretty sure that was part of conceding the goal for Miggy Almiron. But either way, it was just poor. So he needs to he needs Patterson to play. At least. I'm tired, you can tell. The moving boxes, it's killing me. House moves, man, they're not fun. Midfield, I'll go with Garner, as in James Garner, Onana and Iwobi. Now, I'm caveating that. I want to see Onana playing. I want us to play on a pivot. So I want Iwobi and Garner, honestly, Iwobi and Onana to be slightly further up the pitch, leaving Garner just in behind, because I see Garner's got this ability to get the ball and run, which is great, but he has got this ability to pick a pass, and that's what we seem to lack right bang in the middle of that midfield. And if he sits there as a 6 and just passes that ball, I think that's when we're going to start causing problems. The front three, yeah, I mean, Damari Gray, Calvert-Lewin and Dwight McNeil. We don't have anything else. We don't have anything else. I trust me, I don't rate Mulpay. Don't rate him. I don't rate McNeil, but then Gordon needs dropping. I actually feel like he needs like an attitude adjustment. I'm not on about WWE move. I'm on about actual sitting him down and educating him. Palace are going to be aggressive. They always are. Strong, quick players, creative. Zaha, Eze, Elise. They've got creative players up front. You know, Edouard. They've got players. They've got players. The rumours is that Czech Decore, he won't be playing. That's a big miss for them, ish. Defensively, they've been all right. Goalkeeper-wise, all right. They just cause you problems, and if Everton aren't switched onto it, we will get hit. We will get hit. We need to play further up the pitch. We need to stop allowing these players to run onto us, because they've got the creativity and the individual skill to just beat us, like to skin us on the spot. So let's not allow them to do that. Let's play a bit more forward, be a bit more aggressive, and stop them getting the ball to these players instead of just letting them have the ball and then us countering. It's pants. It's shit. So yeah, that's my thoughts. In terms of score prediction, I'm going 2-1 Everton. We need to win. We need to win. We've got some games coming up now that, you know, we have to be taking 4 points from. I tell you what, I actually quite like my highlights. Let us know in the comments if you think I look fucking fit. Oh, God. Yeah, I've just spilled my fucking tea now. So just let us know if you agree. 2-1. Big games. Everton win. 13 points. Teams like Villa, Southampton, all of them. I tell you what, I've got a big fucking spider just come down there and just shit myself, I think. We'll see. But yeah, 2-1. 2-1. 2-1 the Blues. Yeah. Apart from that, guys, I hope everyone's having a lovely Friday evening. I hope you have a fantastic night. Don't do anything I wouldn't. And up the toffees.